Good morning and welcome to Market Opening on our brand new collab show between Business Today and India Today TV just after 9 a.m. and we're here to get you ahead of the curve as markets kick off trading for the day. Let's start with what's making news this morning. Top leaders of the Tata Group, including Tata Trust Chairman Noel Tata and Tata Sons Chairman N. Chandrasekaran, have reportedly met Home Minister Amit Shah and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman last evening. This meeting comes amid infighting among trustees over board appointments and governance issues. It could be a consequence of infighting among Tata trustees or the recent spate of layoffs, but the country's largest IT company, TCS, has decided to cancel its press briefing tomorrow for its second quarter results. All eyes on Tata Group counters as they open for trade today. Buying frenzy on Wall Street and Asian markets takes a small pause. US indices retreat on profit booking in tech. Investors reportedly wary of a bubble forming around artificial intelligence. And gold may have crossed its Rubicon, comfortably settling beyond the $4,000 level today. Prime Minister Modi to inaugurate the Navi Mumbai International Airport today. His Mumbai agenda also includes meetings with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who arrived in Mumbai this morning, and a high-level business delegation. The Prime Minister will also inaugurate a new 12,200 crore rupee Mumbai Metro Line 3. Salaries expected to rise by an average 9% next year, with NBFCs and the real estate sector leading the way. The Aon Annual Salary Increase and Turnover Survey says resilient consumption, investment and policy support will also lead to lower attrition. Our top story, there are reports coming in of unrest in the Tata empire. Top leaders of the Tata Group, including Tata Trust Chairman Noel Tata and Tata Sons Chairman N. Chandrasekaran, reportedly met Home Minister Amit Shah and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman last night. This meeting comes amid reports of infighting among trustees over board appointments and governance issues. Others who are said to have joined the meeting in Delhi include Tata Trust Vice Chairman Denu Srinivasan and Trustee Darius Khambata. The Finance Minister also joined in at the Home Minister's residence. For more on this, we're joined by Business Today's Krishna Gopal. And Krishna, this is a lot of back and forth with regards to those board appointments and critical really when it comes to the stability of the Tata Group. Talk us through all of the key developments.
Aabha, at the outset, Tata Trust, they are the single largest shareholder in Tata Sons, the holding company of the group. They hold about 66%. The trigger for this entire development was the stepping down of Vijay Singh, the Tata Trust nominee on the board of Tata Sons. Just want to reiterate the fact that Tata Trust can nominate 1/3 of the total number of directors on the board of Tata Sons. Tata Sons presently has 9, so 1/3 of that. Vijay Singh was a Tata Trust nominee. The background to this really started off with his resignation and some level of discomfort as far as boardroom discussions were concerned. It now transpires that the Vijay Singh's position needs to be filled. And most importantly, one has to ensure that business is not affected because Tata Sons, being the holding company, decides a capital allocation strategy for the group. It is a peculiar company in terms of it has absolutely no borrowings. All the money comes in largely from dividends of listed Tata companies. So any kind of upheaval within Tata Sons as a consequence of what's happening at Tata Trust can lead to pretty uncomfortable situation. So that's broadly what it is. But the way it's looking, I think this is going to play out for a while because there appears to be serious disagreements between the folks at Tata Trust. So I think there's more waiting to play out on this, Aabha.
Right. Krishna, we've heard, of course, that TCS has, postponed its quarterly results press conference. Do you think there is a link here with the ongoing agenda at the moment with regards to really figuring out some of these key developments and high-level meetings?
I think so too. Also, the fact is the IT industry itself has been going through a bit of a crisis with the H-1B announcement by President Trump, notwithstanding the impact of AI, and the fact that TCS also had to let go of 12,000 people. Media reports have suggested that number could be a lot more simply because contracts that are supposed to come up for renewal also haven't been done so. So I think the development within the trust is one part of it, but given the pressure on margins in the IT sector and TCS known to be the bellwether of the sector, could be another contributing factor to my own mind.
All right, Krishna, thanks for joining us this morning. That's the big story we're tracking for you when it comes to India Inc., and we'll stay on top of that. We're also now joined by my colleague Shailendra Patnagar, Chief Analyst and Editor Markets, as well as Gaurang Shah, who will be joining us shortly from Geojit Investments. Shail, as we count down to opening bell, taking a look at the Nifty right now, just a marginal downtick. If we take a look at the global setup as well, overnight, we did see that little bit of profit booking coming in across those tech names, and that profit booking sentiment really continuing into Asia this morning as well. What's the setup looking like, Shell, for us today?
Well, good morning, Aabha. And a very warm welcome to all our viewers. For the last 4 days, we've added somewhere like 630 points on the Nifty, and yesterday's weekly expiry saw a mild profit booking kicking in from 25,200 levels. So today, you'll see some sort of test of 25,000, but given the strong put writing at that level, I don't expect 25,000 to be broken. What's really interesting is that the market is showing strength, and that strength should run up till Diwali. FIIs, Aabha, have turned net buyers, 1440 crores as of yesterday on the net level. This is after 10 consecutive days of sales in which they sold out about 27,800 crores. That's a very big positive. And of course, sectoral rotation, banks, financial services, energy and auto are overbought. You should see money moving towards railway stocks, towards IT stocks, towards housing stocks. This is the broad theme for the market today, Aabha.
All right. Let me welcome in Gaurang as well. Gaurang, good morning. While we're tracking all kinds of news, of course, on the corporate front, when it comes to the markets and the index, what are you watching out for? How likely are we to be testing the 25,000 mark today?
Thank you so much, Aabha, for having me on this show. A small disclosure. All recommendations that I'll be sharing this morning with you on your show, Aabha, these are recommendations from our research team. Our company, Geojit or I, we do not have any personal investments, no conflict of interest, and no financial interest either. But we give recommendations to our clients on similar lines. They might have their investment interest. So speaking about sectorial, well, I think auto, cement, defense, cap goods engineering, to a certain extent, the entire BFSI segment, Aabha, that has been buzzing, especially the PSU Bank, along with some strong NBFC names, purely because of the business updates that been given out by some of the banking stroke NBFC companies. I think this should be in the spotlight, and I think one particular sectorial index that you need to keep your eyes on is Bank Nifty. If there is a little bit of positivity in the numbers for the second quarter, Aabha, I think the banking sector and Bank Nifty could pull us out of this resistance zone of 25,000, 25,150, and possibly we might be heading towards 25,500.
All right. Let me just take a look at some of the stocks and news as well. Keep an eye on all those Tata Group counters. There you have it, given the news flow currently. And until, of course, we get further clarity on that front. TCS just about flat on last close, of course, but Titan also in the news for some other reasons. Sales are up 20%, jewelry sales up 19%. International business has actually surged. So lots of various news flow when it comes to some of these Tata Group counters. Tata Motors, meanwhile, retail sales approximately 17%, and wholesale sales at JLR in Q2 are also 24% higher. Other stocks and news this morning, Reliance Industries, Anthropic to set up an India office, exploring a partnership with RIL. That's Reliance in the news for you. Kolte Patil, NCLT has cleared a merger with Kolte Patil Integrated Township. So that's the real estate counter that's going to be in the news this morning. We got Unsel Properties also approving, NCLT again approving a resolution plan there for a Greater Noida project. So a couple of these names that are in focus. Also, CAMS, IRFC, Sona BLW, all will be announcing results. That's coming in on October 28th, 15th and 27th respectively. So the results calendar is starting to fill up. Meanwhile, on Prestige Estates, CRISIL has upgraded their ESG score to 54 from 51. And Concor has partnered with Ultratech to revolutionize bulk cement transport. So a whole host of stocks in news. Lodha developers also Q2 pre-sales are up about 7%. I want to talk about some of these real estate counters, Gaurang, whether it's Prestige, whether it's Lodha. We saw phenomenal numbers coming in from Shobha just the other day. What's your view when it comes to some of these real estate counters?
So, Aabha, we remain positive as a sectorial theme. We have about 4 or 5 odd names in the real estate sector that we are positive on. But just a small word of caution to the viewers of India today that despite of the major changes in terms of policy and discipline coming into the real estate sector, Aabha, it still remains a bad boy of the market. It is still a high beta sector. But if I have to reflect upon the very recent past, forget about the history, very recent past, big ticket size projects have got sold out, completely sold out, Aabha, in matter of weeks and 10 days. Positive on DLF, Godrej Property, Shobha Limited, Prestige Estates, Oberoi Reality, to name a few. And all these companies, Aabha, that I've mentioned, their leverage or debt on the balance sheet is very, very low or negligible. And more importantly, the execution run rate in terms of completion of projects is much, much higher than the industry standards. But with a word of caution, it is a sector that you should definitely keep your eyes on. But along with that, it is still a high beta sector.
All right. Just counting down to open, Shell. Let's just recap some of those top names that we'll be keeping our eye on today.
Aabha, clearly railway stocks, clearly IT stocks, and profit booking in auto stocks.
Okay, that's the open for you. Let's take a look at the index. Opening just flat as anticipated. 25,000 though, 25,105. We were looking at that level and watching to see how we fare during the session. Nifty Bank looking a little weak this morning as well. Let's pull up some of the other indices and top gainers and losers for you. We got IT just down marginally. That means we got not too much of a reaction on TCS, but we'll take a closer look. We've got the auto index also flat with a negative bias. Negative bias across, it seems like. On the gainer side, Titan firing away. That is on the back of some phenomenal sales numbers coming in for Titan, 3% higher there. Adani Enterprises, Tata Steel, some of the other names we've got moving this morning. Grasim, Bharti Airtel. So cement seems to be a bit of a theme today. Definitely seeing some amount of action there. But advanced decline ratio seems to be skewed towards the negative and a lot of profit booking. Shriram Finance, Tata Motors, numbers not impressing there. Reliance, Nestle, all putting pressure on the index. Bajaj Auto, Ultratech is actually on the downside this morning. Cipla, IndusInd Bank, and the list goes on. A weak start, it seems, Shell.
Yes, Aabha, all 19 indices that we track are in the red. This is okay. This is the first day of the weekly expiry on the Nifty. So a bit of a back foot after 4 consecutive days of gains. 630 points, 2.8% higher. So some of it is going to be taken away. I would presume that 25,000 should be tested, but Nifty is back in the green, and this time, as far as prices are concerned, the gainers on the Nifty are right there in front of you. A strong move coming into Titan, as you mentioned, 3.5% higher. Bharti Airtel in top form, 0.5% higher. Infosys, TCS, Tata Steel, and Asian Paints are among the gainers. Overall, 1140 stocks in the green, 1040 in the red, so it's a bit of even Stevens.
All right. Gaurang, let's talk about Titan. Good numbers coming in. I mean, we have seen a phenomenal move on some of those jewelry counters, so I wouldn't say I'm surprised necessarily, but really strong numbers. What are you making of Titan?
Well, I think it's all that glitter is gold, right, Aabha? So at a historical high level on gold and silver, along with that on platinum. Festive season still up and ticking. Along with that, you have a very strong marriage season coming up. We have a positive coverage on Titan from a long point of view. Not only the gems and jewelry business, Aabha, I think the entire vertical with respect to wristwatches, gems and jewelry, eye care, Carrot Lane they acquired some time back, which is doing extremely well in terms of platinum jewelry sales and other accessory business. I think, if I'm not mistaken, our target is somewhere close to about 4,000 rupees from a long-term point of view.
All right. Shringar House of Mangalsutra has also come out with a PAT of 28.5 crore versus 17 crores and revenue up 22%. So let's just look at that one too on the back of earnings. Other than that, we've got a few others reporting earnings as well from the broader markets. But let me just focus on some of the FMCG names as well and get a quick comment from you there, Gaurang, because we did see some amount of the Q2 outlook coming in from Marico. We're also seeing, while pressure remains, but outlook wasn't all that negative. Want to get your take on that. But before that, actually, let me focus on power because we've got a lot of action brewing there. And this has been a consistent theme as well. Reliance Power, we've got Jayaprakash Power, a whole bunch of these that are moving in trade today. Small cap power names particularly. Gaurang, let me get your take on some of these names.
Well, with very humble request to all the viewers of India Today is that please don't get into a suckers rally with names like JP Power and Reliance Power, Aabha. I think it's more prudent to go with established players, names like NTPC, Tata Power, GSW Energy. Along with that, of course, you have to keep your eyes on the power transmission and distribution, something like Power Grid. Along with that, power equipment manufacturing companies like AC International, etc. And the government policy is very, very clear. For the next 3 to 5 years, you have a huge capacity, new power generating capacity coming up, Aabha. 75% of it is going to be focused on clean and green energy. So my sense is that power sector is also likely to do well. And of course, that entire, couple of years back, there was this entire issue. Power theft was a big, big problem, which has now got replaced by smart meters. So that has also got resolved.
Okay. Shell, I know that TCS has cancelled its press conference, but the market doesn't seem too perturbed at the moment. And the tech basket is catching your eye. Tell us why.
Aabha, it's very, very simple. This is where sensible, long-term, value-driven investors are putting in money. The IT index was the worst performer in July, August, as well as September. So some of that is getting negated. It's the top performing index today, 1.2% higher. And everything that you can think of in terms of negativity is baked in the price of TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, as also a bit of small caps and mid caps in the IT space. So as we were pointing out in early morning that this was an oversold sector and therefore money will come back in. This is what is happening. TCS, Infosys, Wipro and Tech Mahindra are 4 amongst the top 5 gainers on the Nifty. Aabha.
Are you in line with that strategy, Gaurang, that it's oversold, money's coming back into tech? Do you see it moving further from here?
I surely believe that. I have to agree with my good friend Shell. In terms of valuation also, I think we are at historical lows with the kind of headwinds that we are facing. Whether it is H-1B visa, $1 lakh, $100,000, $1 lakh dollars fees, or whether it is to do with restrictions put by President Trump on expats getting employed by big names in the United States of America, or in terms of discretionary or budgetary cuts which are likely to happen. My only request is that look at IT from a 1.5 year point of view, and I'm sure you will be possibly very, very happy in terms of the returns you will generate. So we're positive on large cap, some of mid cap names, as well as some small cap names in the IT universe.
Okay. Prime Minister Modi is on a 2-day visit to Maharashtra, packed with major infrastructure and diplomatic engagements. He'll inaugurate the Navi Mumbai International Airport and the second phase of the Mumbai Metro Line 3, unveil the Mumbai One app, and tomorrow hosts the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer for the India-UK CEO Forum and the Global FinTech Fest 2025. Let's go across to our colleague Pranay Upadhyay, joining us from Mumbai with more details on the Prime Minister's schedule and key highlights of his visit as well. Pranay? Across to Pranay in just a moment, but quite a hectic agenda that we have brewing there for the Prime Minister. And we'll try and get, Pranay joining us in a minute to talk us through that in a bit more detail. Gaurang, are you going to be checking out the new airport?
Well, as soon as they have the commercial operation starting, I'm sure, because as we all know, Aabha, the T1 terminal, which is earlier known as Santa Cruz Airport, is going to get demolished once the Navi Mumbai airport starts operation. And quite a few flights are going to shift from possibly from T1, T2 to the new Navi Mumbai airport. So by default, you will have to travel over there if you want to catch a flight.
All right, well, exciting times for the city. Let me see if Pranay is back with us. But of course, we'll also be tracking very closely the meeting of the Prime Minister with the UK Prime Minister as well tomorrow in Mumbai. So we'll keep you posted on all the developments there as well. All right, back to markets for a moment, and let's take a look at what else is happening when it comes to the broader markets. Shell, just take us through what else is showing up on your charts.
Aabha, I think the trend has changed for the better. So 25,166 on the Nifty, 62 points higher, and driven completely by the IT sector, 400 points on the Nifty IT index. That is looking good. And one stock which is also a favorite of Gaurang, maybe you can ask him, is Larsen and Toubro. This is doing wonderfully well on the charts, and perhaps headed for a fresh record high, 37.54 for you today. And at this point of time, it's in very strong traction and possibly showing its best since December 2024. Aabha, L&T.
Wow. All right, Gaurang, let's get your view in on L&T as well.
So my friend Shell is bang on, right? We've been positive on L&T for a very long time, Aabha, to be very honest. And it's got diversified business, be it complex engineering, be it infrastructure, be it hydrocarbon, be it turnkey projects, or be it the big theme that I personally am extremely positive about as a sectorial theme, and that is defense. And you know, if I'm not mistaken, and I stand to be corrected if I'm wrong, L&T is one of the most investor-friendly company. Every 2-3 years or 4 years, when the appropriate time comes, the management gives out either 1:1 bonus or 1 bonus for every 2 shares held. Along with that, you have dividends, and along with that, you have a stellar performance by execution of the huge order book that they have. Positive on it, 4,000 plus could be the targets immediately in the immediate short to medium term. I think long term, sky is the limit for L&T.
All right, that's where we leave it on the show today. Gaurang, Shell, thanks so much for joining us. And of course, we're keeping an eye on a couple of key and critical developments, both when it comes to the Tata Group and all of those high-level, high-stake meetings there, along with the Prime Minister's agenda to inaugurate the Navi Mumbai airport and, of course, meet the UK PM tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on both of those key developments as we go through the day. Do come back and join us for market closing as well at 3 o'clock. Thanks so much for watching.
Bliss. Sometimes it dances on your skin like first rain. Weaves the magic of warmth into a cold day. It teases